This is Deborah Luis, and today I'm doing a review on the Magdalene Legacy Tarot, the Lost Keys of the Madonna. And right there you can see, I'm trying to get it so it's not so blurry. It's by Casey DuHamel, illustrated by Deborah L. Shutek-Jackson. Right now, this is a limited edition of 500, and it comes with this envelope and a certificate of authenticity. Right now, that's the number, but I hear that it's going to be picked up. This is a letter that it came with the cards, but I hear there's going to be picked up for publication, for distributing, more distributing. But let me just show you the deck. I like the deck. I think it's very beautiful. I'm going to show you. The first thing I want to show you is the book. The book is very interesting. If you're into Christian, Judeo-Christian traditions, this is a beautiful deck. The only thing I don't like about the book is very interesting. I opened up the book when I first got it, and I really didn't go into the card meaning, but I was going into more the description of where they got ideas for each card, and I had to read it with a magnifying glass because the fonts are that small. But I found the book to be very, very, very interesting, and I hope in the future edition, which I think I'm going to pick up another one of these before they sell out, just to save. But let me just show you the cards. The box comes like this, and this is what the other side looks like. Okay, which is the box, and the cards. You'll see the first card is just like this is what the back looks like. It's a beautiful. You see the cards are neither too big, a little bit bigger than Rider Waite standard cards. It doesn't have, I'm trying to get it so you move that out of the way. It's not rounded, so it's square, and it's a thick cardboard. I mean, it's really thick. Look at that. I'm going to show you what these cards look like, but let me show you the cards themselves. Now, I think this would be good for a person who wants to start reading the cards themselves. Anyone who is tired of Rider-Waite and who wants to pick up a traditional form of divination, this would be it. I just think it's very pretty. This is the cups are blue. Okay, so it's Ace of Cups, and you notice the border of the cup itself is blue. Now, what's interesting about this deck is that each of the cards has a keyword. So Two of Cups is love, while backward is lust. To many, that would, I think, bother them. To me, I mean, I guess it's a choice. They're not traditional Rider-Waite meanings. They're more traditional cartomancy meanings. So you'll notice that the cups, see that? I like it. The cups has that blue rim, which I like a lot. It's very thick. Very thick. The only card I didn't like from the cups is the Ten of Cups. I think I would have liked it a little bit better like that. So you can see that. For a person who wants to learn how to interpret cards, this would be a good way to study. You could also use them to read. This is the King of Cups, and if you notice, they have blonde hair. So here's the King. Here's the Knight. The Knight looks a little bit older than the King. And we're going to go to the Queen. I think it's a really nice deck. The images are CGI. I don't know if that's the word I want to use. So I don't know if it will last the test of time. Okay, but you can see that the cups, it has that blue border, and everyone's blonde. So when you're interpreting the deck or when you're interpreting the card, it's going to help you understand what zodiac sign they're ruled by. They're ruled by a water zodiac sign, or they're an individual of blonde hair or lighter skin. So I like that. I like that the artist did that for a novice. Here, we're going to go with the, this is the coins. She calls it the discs. Here's the king. He looks pretty young for a king. This is the queen of discs. I think it's interesting who she's kind of throwing shade out and stepping at a picture. The king looks a little young there to me. And the knight looks a little bit more older than the king. The green represents the element of earth. They have darker hair, if you noticed, darker colored skin. So I like that they use that to interpret that. And then we're going to look at the suit itself, and the discs. You'll notice that the image on it is the Chiro. The Chiro is the Greek letters. The first two, I think it's the first two Greek letters that make up the name Christos or Christ. Christo. I wasn't paying attention to the cups. Let me see. Yes. Okay, so they do have that border. But you notice that the border, it's got, this is yin and yang. But it's got the border, it's got the green, while the cups has the blue, and it's got that the grapes. So I like it. You can ignore the words. Or you can use it while interpreting it. The cards are big themselves. Like I said, they're going to be hard to shuffle. They don't have the edged round section, but I think they're very, see how they're kind of hard to, it's a pentagram. And I like that. If you notice, they have the rose in the background. I think that's the lily. Let me see. This, yeah, the rose and the lily. The lily is the symbol of chastity, virginity. The rose is the sacred flower of the Virgin Mary. And rosaries, the rosary is named after the flower, the rose. So these are the discs. Now we're going to go into, and of course that's the element of earth. Now we're going to go into not wands but staffs. Now you can see the images are kind of CGI. So I don't know if that will last the test of time, but that is the ace. And that's the Passion of the Christ, or the Calvary. Is that what they call it? El Calvario. I don't know how you call that in English. The Passion of the Christ. And right here is the two of, what is it? Two of staffs. Staffs? Yeah, staffs. Two of staffs. And now it's got a red background. And again, the background is reversible. For big hands, it's comfortable. It feels like one of those old decks from 1800s, 1700s, which I am a big fan of antique decks. I'm not really into modern decks, even though this is a modern deck, but it has that 1800s, 1900s. If you read the Spanish baraja, these are more, I think the meanings are more with the interpretation of what traditional fortune tellers and cartomanceros would use, adivinadores. So that is that. Now we're gonna go. Make sure I got the king. Is this the king? Yeah, he seems a little young. He's sitting on a. Oh, there's the Leo symbol, and I like it. Seems a little young to me. And this is the queen. El caballero, the knight. These are more fiery individuals. So they have their auburn hair, except for her. She has either blonde but auburn or reddish hair. This is the knave. Yeah, I like how they are color coded. So you have the cups that are blue, the wands that are red, cups water, wands fire, and coins or discs here is green, so it represents the element of earth. Now, what would be the swords here are the quills, and it is the color yellow, okay, which represents air. All right, I actually like it. They're still pretty thick. They're really thick cards. So Lastio doesn't have that super glossy. If you notice, it's not very glossy. Yeah. So for small hands, I don't know if it'll work, but for my hands, you can see I got big hands, and I don't have a deck here with me. But the rider would be around here, so it is pretty big, but I like it. It's a sun. Try not to get the glare. I don't know if the keywords. I'm gonna see how it reads with clients. Will the keywords distract me? But for people who are wanting to learn a different form of divination or oracle. Well, not oracle, divination or fortune telling. Well, I guess you can say oracle. And they don't really know, the keywords are there. I mean, this could be a help, but it could also be a hindrance. Keywords can be a hindrance to a lot of people. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see. I like it so far. I'm gonna have to see how I feel about it. This is the King of Quills. It looks like Prince Charles from England, and it would be because this is Princess Diana, and she's the Queen of Quills. I'm gonna have to look at the other kings and understand who they represent historically. So I'm assuming this is Prince Williams and I don't know, Prince Williams and the other kid. He's on a unicorn. Again, I like the images. Some people will. Some people want. There's movement, so this one's a little blurry. I'm trying to get it so it's not so blurry. It's movement, so you're going to see that the trees look blurry in the background. Now, I'm going to focus. I like how it's color-coded. So water, fire, earth, and air. Now we're going to focus on the major arcana. And I was reading the book, and it was really interesting who she chose as characters. But this is the magician. Looks really nice. The high priestess, which is I think it's Mary, the mother of Christ. the Empress. The Empress. Now, if you notice, each one right here has Mars. I think this was Moon. This is Jesus as the Emperor, and there's the symbol of the sun, fiery. This is the Hierophant. The Lovers. I'll do it this way. The Lovers. It's green. I'm gonna try to figure out why she used the colors she used. This is gonna take some interpretation of why. This is Gemini, and this is the Chariot. I think these are the three Marys. Mary Magdalene, Mary Salome, and I can't think of the last Mary. The three Marys, la Tres Maria. Oh my God. Juana de Arco. Jeanne d'Arc. Look at that, as Justice. That to me is beautiful. I like that. Juana de Arco. And for the Hermit, they used St. John the Baptist, Juan Bautista, and the most beautiful symbol ever, the Leo, because I'm a Leo. I like that card. This one's very comical. I wonder why they used, looks like a teddy bear, and a fox, pirate ship, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I figure I didn't get to read the whole book, so I'm not sure who she chose the Strength card. Venus, Earth. So there's the color Earth. There's the element of Venus, feminine, and the Strength. Like that. This is the Hanged Man, yellow, air. Don't know who they chose as the Hanged Man. Death. Is this Death? Yeah, Death is what do you call this? La Pieta? I think it's called La Pieta. Who was the painter of this? Michelangelo? If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I think it's Michelangelo. This is La Pieta that they use for La Muerte, the Death card. Tres Cruces. Here we have Temperance. El Diablo, the Devil. The Tower. It just looks nice together. Mercury. Is that Mercury? As the star. Well, the symbol Mercury. Yellow, which is air. Don't know who is there. Who that, like the skulls. I always love skulls. This card is beautiful. Right here, the moon. La Luna. I can't think of La Virgen de Casapech. I think that's it. People who honor voodoo know her as Dantor. I get so you can see the image best I can without being blurry. The Sun. Judgment. I don't know if this is San Marco de Leon or I don't know. I'll figure that out. And this is of the Fool. I don't know why the Fool's doing all the way back here, but here's the Fool. And the last card is either the World. It's either Mary or the feminine aspect of God, which is Sophia. Let me show you what the cards look like when they're all picked up, how thick and how big it is. And I'm going to give you my final thoughts on this deck. Okay, so I put the cards in order, and I want to show you how big. Look at that. I placed the Fool in the front because it makes sense to me because that's the way I read it. But you can see that here's the major arcana in the front. Then I have my cups, my what is that? My wand, yeah, my wands, my coins, and my swords or quills. So you can see, I mean, it's not shuffled, so you can actually see that they're color coded. Okay, now let me show you what it looks like. I'm gonna use the Voodoo Tarot, which is around the size of, look at how, I mean, it really, I mean, it almost looks like another deck. And then the Voodoo Tarot is around the size of a standard playing card. So you can see how much, and then Rider Waite is around there. So you can see how big this deck really is, but it's very nice. I like it for collectors. It's a very beautiful deck. For people who want historical deck, I'm going to shuffle it. I don't think I'm going to be able to shuffle it. I mean, look how big this is. I'm going to have to probably shuffle it. I'm going to figure it out. But I'm going to show you what it looks like after it's nice and shuffled, and what it looks like when you throw it down. Let me show you. See how it looks like. This was one of the most hardest decks to shuffle. I mean, I think it took me a half hour just to remember how it was color coded. It took me like a half hour, but let's see what it looks like when you lay it down. But when you lay it down, it looks very, put these guys here. It looks very nice. Okay. I'm getting all these face cards, so you can tell that drives me up the wall right there. Like, where are the batones and everything? Come on. There you go. I don't know if I'll use the keywords. That I mean, for a person who's learning the cards, that's good. I can't read like that. That would distract me more than help me. But let me tell you, they are very beautiful cards. I like them. This was the hardest deck I've had to ever shuffle, but that doesn't mean that I don't think they are beautiful and can be used for consulting clients. They just look nice, you know, when you're laying them out. So do I recommend them? I do, for someone who is sick of the Rider Waite. Okay, where are all the cups in? And there you go. I want to see more of these. You know what I'm saying? Something about looking at face cards. I don't know. It annoys me. I want to see all these batones. There you go. I want to see all these cups and stuff. Let me break this halfway. See what happens. Cara. But anyways, yes, I do recommend them. As a collector, I think they're very nice. They look very beautiful. I like the color of the borders. It gives it an interesting feel. They're huge. They're the hardest deck I've ever had to shuffle in my whole life. I don't know if I'll use the keywords. That distracts me personally. I won't be able to interpret like that. It just doesn't work for me. But for a person who's learning the cards, I think this would be helpful for them. Do I recommend it? Yes, 100%. I do. The Magdalene Legacy Tarot, if you're into Judeo-Christian traditions, I definitely recommend it. The book, the deck is huge, and then the letterings in the book is a little too small, but with a magnifying glass or your smartphone, you zoom in, you get to read it. Do I recommend it? Yes, I do. 100%. Get it. If you can get one of these numbered editions, I would save it. This is Hansita Luis. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, please subscribe, please share, and please leave a comment down below. It looks very nice when you're pin them down. Okay, thank you.